Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is verb phrase 63. The verb phrase today is to add up. Okay, let's look at the note here. If something adds up, it seems likely to be true or correct. We often use this phrase in the negative to mean that something does not seem logical or seem correct. Something seems to be wrong with the so-called fact. So this is another one of the verb phrases. It's more often likely to hear it used in the negative than in the positive. I guess you could sometimes say, if you're thinking about it more seriously, if you were questioning it, you might say, well, I guess it adds up. But we're more likely to say something doesn't add up, means something doesn't make sense, something seems wrong. Now, of course, add up does have its other meanings. It has the normal meaning, like you could add up numbers just to mean calculate numbers. But this is the meaning we want today. This is the one that is that is not too basic or too simple. So let's look at the first example here. Something doesn't add up. If the economy is so good, how come graduating students cannot find jobs? Why do wages seem stagnant? Stagnant means they're not going higher. Like if it's a really good economy, they probably need more workers, and sometimes companies will offer more money. But that's not what's happening. The wages are staying stagnant. They're not raising at all. Actually inflation is going up, and your stagnant wages is making your buying power less. And that's another thing that should not be happening in a good economy. Why are so many long-standing companies going bankrupt? Of course, long-standing here means that they've been around for a very, very long time, like 50 years or 100 years. Companies you thought would never go bankrupt. So if the economy is really so good, this doesn't add up. These factors should not be happening at the same time. They should be happening in a very bad economy, but yet we're told it's a very good economy, so it doesn't add up. It doesn't seem logical. It doesn't make sense. Okay, let's look at number 2. The investigators are skeptical because his alibi, remember your alibi, that's a story that you give the police to prove, why you didn't do a crime, especially a murder, doesn't add up. Well, it doesn't seem logical, doesn't make sense. It seems illogical. In fact, it makes him seem more suspicious. Okay, good. So that's perfectly the way we would use it. Okay, anyway, I hope it's clear. I hope you got it. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.